I am most pleased to introduce as well one of our favorite senators in the 100-person body of the United States Senate. I have known this senator probably for the past, I don't want to say how many years, but a lot of years. He hails from Connecticut and has a very strong and a very active Ukrainian-American community. Even prior to the war, we used to hold virtual town hall meetings. We used to have in-person town hall meetings, meeting with the community. But along with Senator Klobuchar, Senator Blumenthal just returned back from Ukraine, as a matter of fact, but has spent many trips going to Ukraine, meeting with Ukrainian officials, not just with Ukrainian officials, but meeting with those citizens who are suffering under this dreadful invasion. Senator Blumenthal from Connecticut has also received the highest accolade of the Ukrainian American community from our organization called the Krashevchenko Freedom Award. And we presented that to the senator in October of 2024 during our previous convention under the stewardship of Mr. Andriy Fute as president. So, Senator Blumenthal, thank you for joining us.
Thank you,
The
Mike.
floor is yours.
Well, I'm excited and honored to be with you. We had a rally in Hartford, Connecticut on Sunday, which was very powerful and moving. And I've just come back from Ukraine. I was also at the Munich Security Conference, and I was very honored to receive from President Zelensky the Order of Prince Yaroslav the Wise, along with Lindsey Graham. But the highlight of this trip, which we did, this was my 9th or 10th trip. We're debating whether to count it as the 9th or 10th trip, because we went to Kyiv from Munich on the overnight train. Then we came out of Ukraine, back to Poland. We went down to Moldova, and then we went back into Ukraine. So does that count as a separate trip?
Yes.
But the highlight of this trip was to be with the ambassador in her hometown of Odesa. And we were there as the first delegation to go back to Odesa since the beginning of the war. And let me tell you, I'm from New England, but you haven't seen snow and sleet like Odesa. Because we were there in the middle of freezing cold sleet on the Black Sea, talking to the Ukrainian Defense Force, who were standing at attention on a converted Coast Guard vessel which now detects the enemy. We met with other military, we met with President Zelensky, we met with electrical engineers, but I will tell you, most moving to me, and Senator Klobuchar, who richly deserves this award, she's been such a champion, mentioned the children. We met with children who were abducted and rescued. And heartbreaking to hear these stories. Think of 20,000 of them that Putin has kidnapped and placed in re-education camps or foster homes. This man is beyond cruelty. The inhumanity of what Russia is doing ought to outrage the world. And by the way, we also met with American businesses whose plants and facilities are being bombed purposely by Putin. Just recently, within the last week, he bombed an Oreo cookie manufacturing plant. Not exactly a military target. Americans are targeted in this war. He is attacking America. America is in this fight, whether it likes it or not, because democracy is at stake. And I will just conclude on this note. What we heard from our military and our intelligence directly contracts the false narrative. It is a false narrative that Russia is winning. Russia is taking small bits of territory at tremendous cost. Because everybody talks about we're losing Cross. They've sacrificed 180,000 of their troops for now a completely deserted, battered, leveled little town. And that's how they are supposed to be winning. They are not winning. If Ukraine is given what it needs to push back the Russians, it will win.
Yes.
Whoa. Tomahawks.
There's no mystery about what it needs to win. Tomahawk missiles. It needs
Taurus.
interceptors for its Patriots, F-16s, 155 munitions. You know, there's no real scientific or military mystery here. And what we also saw when we visited a drone factory is Ukraine is way ahead of all the rest of the world in its ingenuity and innovation. It is producing thousands of these drones. Our troops, our military, top leadership are in awe of the Ukrainians. The Ukrainian army will be a force for peace and democracy all around the world if we bring pressure on Putin through the military tools that Ukraine needs and sanctions on purchasers of Russian oil and gas. I'm looking at you, China.
Exactly.
China buys the majority of it, and we need to crack down on those purchases. So I'm heartened to be with all of you. I'm sorry to take a little more time, Michael, but this is a passion for me. It is really a passion.
Thank you.
And I know you share it. I told somebody, Michael gave me a bunch of these pins.
I was gonna say
I've been
that,
giving
yes.
them to colleagues. I told somebody, one of my colleagues, I said, they're gonna bury me in this pin. And he said, when do you think it'll be? He was joking. But it is a passion, and I really want to thank the ambassador for going with us. She was such a gracious host, and she went through the sleet and the snow and all the rest of it. I'm thankful to be back, but I love going to Ukraine, and on many more trips, perhaps in better weather, warmer weather, I look forward to going there again. And finally, let me just thank Michael, all of you, for standing strong. Because when I tell President Zelensky and others in Ukraine about this, our community here that is supporting Ukraine, it makes their eyes light up. It means so much to them. So thank you, and we'll keep fighting. Thank you.
So the senator mentioned about the blue and the Ukrainian and American flag pin. The senator had seen me a few days or a few weeks after the war had started in the hallways of Congress, and he stopped me as I was wearing mine, and he said, "Michael, can I have your pin?" And I said, "Sure, of course, Senator, obviously." He said, No, I'm not going to take your pin. I want 100 pins. And I said, "Senator, why?" And the senator said, "I want to hand them out to every colleague on the Senate floor." And that is what the senator has done since day one. You've seen many senators wearing this pin, and that is as a result of Senator Blumenthal and everything that he has done. However, for everything that we are here trying to advocate in these days of Ukrainian days, the senator, as he's leaving, thank you, Senator, for your co-sponsorship of the sanctions package. 85 co-sponsors, thanks to the senator, and hopefully enough we can get that over the final field goal, so to say, over the goal line and get those sanctions done for Ukraine. So thank the senator very much.